Okay, so I'm not going to really wait for anybody else. I'm just going to jump back in. I'm just going to say a quick thing. I apologize, everybody. My video feed ended for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. I hope most of you were able to get back on this feed. I will try to keep my glasses on so I can see when the phone does something funky. But, okay, so hopefully this one lasts. Back to Jamie, because right as that happened, I asked her to take a deep breath so that I could feel the energy better. And as he did that, two people stepped forward. There was a gentleman who is standing holding the hand of a lady, and he's acknowledging that they've reunited on the other side. I'm not sure who they are yet because I didn't have a chance to focus on that. So just give me a second here. Okay, Jamie?
Okay.
Okay, who's the one with the breathing or the chest issues? It's one of these two, because as soon as I focus on that energy, my heart just starts going again, and there's a breathing or a chest issue there. It could even be anxiety. It could be like somebody who had high anxiety in life.
Yeah, that's my grandpa.
Okay. That's interesting, because as I was reloading this video, do you remember I said that he was being very patient?
Yeah.
And as soon as, even before you called in, I could feel that my heart started beating, and, I was like, are you nervous? You're like, no. And I'm like, okay, what is this? So this is who's stepping forward. But he also wants to acknowledge that he has the lady with him, that he's reunited with her on the other side. And I feel like either she passed a long time before he did, or I think that's what he's saying, but sometimes I get things reversed. So it could be that that he passed a long time after her. Would that make sense? Hello?
Maybe his mom.
Okay, did she was he very close with his mom?
A long time ago. She passed away before I think I was maybe 2 or 3 when she passed away.
Okay, and he was very close with her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why he would be bringing her forward, going, look, I've reunited on this side. Like, there's a piece to his soul. And that's kind of how he explains it to me. Like, he makes me feel that all that anxiety that he lived with here in the physical world, and he's letting me know that he doesn't have that anxiety on the other side. And some of the things in his life that caused it, he's been able to heal. Okay, he seems like he's got a lot to say, so just give me a second here. He's definitely putting on the rose-colored glasses, which is my symbol for somebody who sees things differently on that side than they did when they were here in the physical world. Hold on a sec. I just feel like, I don't know how to explain this, because I don't feel like he was lazy, but I feel like he's saying that he wasted time. I don't feel like he wasted time doing nothing. He kept himself busy, but he's talking about wasting time, and I'm not sure what he's talking about here. Hold on. I see. He takes me to the end of his life, and I feel like this is where he's making me feel like he opened up a lot more towards the end of his life. He really, I don't know if this is a change, not so much of a change of heart, but it's almost like I can embrace love, or I can take love more than I could in my earlier life. In my earlier life, I was pretty hard, kind of. Does that make sense?
Well, I think because it was kind of a sudden death.
Mm-hmm.
He was healthy, and then he was given 4 weeks to live.
I see.
When they found out he had cancer throughout his entire body, and he only had 4 weeks, and it was 4 weeks.
And you know what, as you say that, he's showing me my symbol for thank you, and I feel him get very emotional, because I feel like he had some regrets in his life. He had some things that he needed to say, and he got that closure that he needed before he passed. Even though he only had that short amount of time, he's thanking everybody for giving him that closure. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's going really fast, and he wants to address a number of things here. So I'm just going to slow him down one thing at a time. Hold on. He keeps taking me, I believe, to the funeral or to around the time of his passing, and then he's talking about the music. Like, he's like, you should have heard it. It was so beautiful. Like, I feel like he needs to acknowledge the music. Does that make sense? At his service, I want to go back to his service, okay?
Okay.
Was there some indecision about what music we were supposed to play, or was there some discussion around that? Because what he feels like to me is he's trying to do is to validate that he approved and he was grateful for the choices and decisions that were made surrounding that, especially.
Okay, yeah. My dad and his brothers all they did the funeral.
Okay.
They did all the talking, and I think the one song that was played was Over the Rainbow.
Right.
And I think that my grandpa wasn't a religious man. I maybe spiritual, but not religious, and it was hard to kind of pick something.
I see. Well, that's why he wants to, like, let your dad and your uncles know, or whatnot, that he's very grateful for the song that they chose. That he's like, good job. Like, he just needs to, not just the song, it's like everything, like all of the choices and decisions that were made afterwards. He's like, don't sweat it. I feel like one or all of them is carrying some burdens about coulda, shoulda, wouldas of some sort. I'm not sure how to explain that because it's not them here. But by the way that your grandfather's coming through trying to validate that everything was, that he was extremely grateful for everything and it was all good. Like, don't worry about it. So
okay.
Pass that on, that he doesn't want anyone to have those burdens, that he's just very appreciative. I think he's bringing in a younger male here. Hold on. I think this is somebody else coming through. As they come through, they snap their fingers, so their passing was quicker and expected. And I feel like they didn't live to an old age. Like, their life was cut short.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Okay. This is a male, correct?
Yeah.
He's coming through. Okay, slow down. Did you just happen to get the shivers by any chance? Because he just showed me leaning forward and giving you a big kiss on the cheek, and as he did that, I felt the shivers go up my body.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so hold on one second. It's interesting the way he comes through, because he feels like he's trying to keep this comical, even though it's not quite a comical situation. He's trying to, like, find a sense of humor in it all. And he's like, at least I don't have to, I'm not sure if this is school or work. He feels like relatively young. And he's like, look at it this way. I have lots of free time. I can do whatever I want. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to go to school. I'm good.
Yeah, he was 19 and he passed away from cancer.
That's why I'm getting school and work. And he's like, and it feels like it was a very serious situation. And he just talks about trying to keep it light. Like, he was the one that tried to keep it light all the time. Would that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's still doing the same thing. He's like, you tell my mom she's got to keep it light, that I'm still here. Hold on. So mom's had a really hard time dealing with this, huh?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since the funeral because there was a divorce and
tough times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is probably why he's asking you that and usually when they ask you to pass on a message to somebody, that means that you're going to come into contact with them soon. So he's asking you to please pass on the message that he's okay on the other side, and he's not stiff anymore. Like, I feel like I couldn't move. I don't know what that's about, but he's showing me my symbol for mobility, that he can move freely on the other side. Like, and was he like connected to tubes for a long time or something? Because I feel like
I was only 13, and it was, yeah, the last few weeks for sure. Yeah.
He's just showing me a lot of, I don't know if you can see it on the video or you'll see it later. I look like a monkey right now, the way my arms are flailing about. That's just the way he shows me, is like, look, I can move again. Like, I'm very free on this side. And he's like just passing on thank you to the entire family, because he's making me feel like he was just blessed to be here for the time that he was. Okay, he's saying, I'm not sure. Give me a second to make sense of what he's trying to say to you. First of all, do you have a child?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I feel like he's congratulating you. I'm not sure if it's one that's here and one that's on the way, or if you have two now. But he's congratulating you on the children. Do you just have the one?
Yeah.
That's awkward. Okay. Are you expecting?
Yeah.
Are you?
No.
Okay. Well, let that just be. I mean, because we have free will here in the physical world, right? So, and actually, as like we're saying this, he's like, "Don't say I never did anything for you, kid. Don't say I never did anything." Because if now is not the right timing for a baby, take precautions, because there is a window that you could have a baby now.
Oh, gosh.
So just take precautions. If that's not what you're looking for, if it is, congratulations, because this child is inevitably going to come to you. It's just a matter of timing of when you're ready. And it feels like he wants to confirm both of those things to you. He wants to confirm that, yes, you will have another child, and it's just you pick the time when you're ready. But he's very much congratulating you on the one that you have. Hold on. I'm not seeing this child being very old, though, like toddlerish or like 5, 6 at the very most. Would that make sense?
No, she's 11.
Oh, wow. Okay, so hold on. Okay, was he still here when she was born?
No.
Okay, that would make sense. Because he keeps showing me this child going through, like, school, like, from toddler all the way up through school. Do you know what I mean? And and when I ask him why, he's like, well, you need to let her know I'm watching over her back. I got her back on this side. Like, there seems to be some kind of worry at school. I don't know if she's getting bullied or if she's something like that. And your cousin's coming through and is like, you know what? I'll handle this. Don't you worry. These little buggers have something coming to them. He's like, you give me the word. Because, see, when we ask Spirit for help with something, it opens the door for that they can help in so many more ways. So he's like, you just say the word. You ask me for help, and they're going down.
That's comforting.
He's expressing his love to you, and he does so in a way that, you know, I feel like he loved you throughout your entire life, but that he didn't really get a chance to know you until after he passed. Would that make sense?
Yep. Yep, that does.
He just said that he just needs you to know that you need a pat on the back, that you need to know that you're doing great. Don't give up. He's just so proud of the human being that you are, that you've turned into. And he's like, I see it with my own eyes. I know who you are. The way that he's saying that is almost as if somebody in your life is challenging who you are, or almost like you're going through a bullying situation in your own right, in a sense. And he's like, you know who you are. I know who you are. And I'm so proud of the mom that you've turned into. And that he will always be watching over the two of you on the other side.
That's so crazy to me.
Welcome to my world, sweetie. Welcome to my world. They're pulling their energy back, but I hope that that was helpful for you today.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much.
No problem. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cannot switch calls. Okay, let's see if it'll answer. Hello?
Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
Hi.
Were you calling?
My name is... Huh?
Were you calling for the free reading?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was calling for that.
What is your first name?
My name is Tina.
Tina?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me just a minute here, and I'm going to, I just literally hung up from the other person, so I'm just going to switch energies here. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to do the same thing, actually, as I asked the last caller to do. Are your feet flat on the floor?
They are now.
Okay. Could you please take a deep breath and picture that deep breath starting in your big toe, pull it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight at me.
Okay. Okay. I'm relaxed. No.
Okay. No, that was more for me than you. Just give me a second. So right away, I'm very aware that there's a lady here. I can feel that there's at least one other person behind her, but she feels like the first person that wants to speak. And the way she comes through is like, ta-da! Like, it's not even like, here I am. She just comes through like, ta-da! Of course I'm here. Hold on. She's talking about having her energy back. So I feel like this is somebody who didn't have a lot of energy towards the end of their life. Hold on.
Yeah, possibly.
Hold on. She's also showing me the mobility very, very clearly, talking about having a lot of mobility on the other side. And that doesn't mean that she was in a wheelchair or anything here in the physical world. It just means that she was unable to move around the way that she would like here in the physical world, at least towards the end.
Yeah, she had some health concerns for sure. For a while.
She's going to her ears and she's like talking about that she can hear everything. So was she hard of hearing?
No, she wasn't hard of hearing.
Actually, slow down. As I'm saying this, she's like, she's telling me to slow down. So, because the way that spirit talks is through symbols, right? So my job is to tell you what I'm seeing, and chances are you'll know what it means before I do, but sometimes I try to jump the gun and just interpret it ahead of time, and lots of times I'm wrong. But anyway, okay, so what she shows me is, I can hear you. And so then she takes me to like the last moments of her life. It's like people were talking to her and they needed to know that she could hear them. Hold on. It's not, I don't even know if it's just the last moments of her life. It's after this. It's like people have said a lot of things to her. I feel like a lot of people have been talking to her, or you specifically have spoken to her. Is this your grandmother?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not my grandma.
Who is?
I mean, I knew my grandma is. Yeah, I mean, it could be. But I was hoping for someone else.
Okay, well, I don't want you to hope.
Yeah, sorry, I do have a grandmother that had passed.
Okay, well, I don't want you to hope. The reason why I get spirit to identify how they passed away is so that we can validate exactly who this is coming forward. Because they don't just come forward and say, hi, I'm so-and-so. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, true.
It's important for me that they give me the details that you know exactly who this is. So I'm going to ask her to confirm some more details for me here.
Okay.
And as I'm saying this, she makes me feel like the eccentricity of her personality, the happy-go-luckiness of it, should give it away first. Like, that should be it bang on. You should know who she is just by that energy. This person is, like, very, like, easygoing, happy person, animated kind of person.
My grandma was more reserved, I think. She was kind of more a reserved person, to be honest. She wasn't,
okay, and the other lady that you were saying that this could be connected to as well?
Yeah, I mean, at time, I mean, she could be, but, I mean, that wouldn't be my first, like, happy-go-lucky. Wouldn't be my first, like, clue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask her again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, let me ask her again. Hold on.
Okay.
So what she does is she takes me to, I feel like this was like cancer or some other debilitating disease that I feel like I was diagnosed at some point, maybe a year or so before I passed away. I'm having trouble breathing as I'm saying this. And then she snaps her fingers and makes me feel like it was that she passed quicker or more unexpectedly than we expected. I'm not sure how to explain that. It's like even though that we knew she was going to pass, when she actually did was quicker or more unexpectedly than we thought. Does that make sense?
Yeah, my grandma had Alzheimer's, so, you know, that was, I mean, I don't know about quicker, you know, so Alzheimer's it's a tough disease, right, and it kind of progresses or whatever, but, I mean, of course, you never know when they're going to go, so, I mean, that could be.
You know what? That's exactly who's coming through, and I'll tell you why. I know this now. This is your grandmother. By the eccentricity of her energy on the other side, one of the things Spirit does, if they suffered an ailment on this side, is that they kind of over dramatize on that side that they're okay. So for example, if they couldn't move very well on this side, then when they come through to me, they show me them dancing and like flailing their arms about to symbolize movement, that they're very free and clear. And she did that. She also symbolized that I can hear you. So I think the fact that now you tell me that she had Alzheimer's, to me that would represent that she's wanting to acknowledge that she understood and she heard everything that people, her family, her loved ones around her were saying, even though it may not have appeared that, or she could not have translated to you that she understood that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is coming through. Okay, so now I want to see.
Yeah, but I hadn't seen my grandma in so long, like a long time, long.
Okay.
So, and that's my mom.
Well, don't tell me any details. I like her to tell me details so that you know that it comes from her. Yeah. So. Interesting. She goes right to your mom because you said, as soon as you said mom's mom, she went right to your mom and she put the white blanket around mom's shoulders. So the white blanket is my symbol of somebody who's having health or stress issues. And as I'm saying this, she's making me feel like she's with her. She's with her. Is your mom still here in the physical world?
No.
Okay, that's why she's okay. That makes more sense. I'm like, what does she mean she's with her? Like, the way she's showing me this, I see. So, that makes perfect sense. So, she walked over to your mom's soul. She put the white blanket around her shoulders. And she wants you to know that she was with her during that last time of stress and that she's with her on the other side. And it's interesting as she's like, you know, there's a reason why Mom didn't come through first, because your grandmother really wanted you to know that she was there to greet your mom's soul when she crossed over.
Okay.
There seems to be some kind of fear around your mom that before she passed away, that I don't know if she was afraid of death or if they're just the entire thing scared her. I'm not sure, but she snaps her fingers. She's the one that is like making me feel like this was quick or unexpected.
Yeah, it was very. Yeah, we didn't know. Yes, yeah, we didn't know. It happened. So. Yeah.
She's like letting you know that she has peace on the other side. She should hold on. She shows me my symbol for thank you, and then I feel like you were just either talking to her or you were just honoring her in some way. I'm not sure how to explain that. Oh, okay. Do you know what that means?
Yeah. I mean, I talk to my mom all the time. Like, just now even, yeah, for sure.
I see, because she's showing me my symbol for thank you, and I feel like it's for the acknowledgement, for keeping her alive in your life. Because, I mean, a lot of people, you know, when their loved ones die, they think that's it, they're gone. That's just it, they're gone. But they're so not. They're here in the physical world, and they're still with us. And your mom is acknowledging that she's very grateful that you've kept her alive in your life and that she's still able to watch over you. She's like kissing the kids, so you also have children.
Yeah, I do.
Do you have 3?
Yeah, I have 3.
Okay, because she just showed me kissing 3 children. She's just wanting you to know that she's like absolutely around. And there's a birthday she's talking about that either just passed or is coming up that she's acknowledging that she's either attending or attended because she's talking about this.
Yeah, it's passed. It's passed.
Is this like in July?
The end of June.
Okay. That's about where I feel like I'm going back. She's like letting you know that she attended that. And I don't know if this was just at your house or what the heck this was, but she's talking about how beautiful and well planned and like what a great job you did. Like she's just going off about how great this was.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's good.
She's pulling her energy back, but please just know that your mom is reunited with your grandmother. Oh, interesting. As I say that, I just saw them do the handshake. So, interesting. Okay, this is interesting because I'm like, they're pulling their energy back and then they show me this symbol. So the handshake on the other side usually means if the people already know each other, then it means that we've made peace somehow. So it's as if there was like some type of argument or something before somebody passed away, or that there was just something untalked about for a lot of years that they've fixed on the other side. I'm not quite sure how to explain that, but it was they just showed it to me real quick as they like were pulling their energy back. They just want you to know that whatever that is, they've healed on the other side. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope that was helpful for you.
Yeah, it was. I appreciate you taking your time.
No problem. You have a great day.
Okay, thanks so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, I'm trying to answer this, guys. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Were you calling for the free reading?
I sure am.
Okay, what's your first name?
Amy.
Sorry?
Amy.
Amy?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, give me a second here. These calls are coming in so fast today that I don't have a second to breathe in between, so...
No worries.
I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. I guess I'm going to make this a new thing when people call. It just makes it so much easier for me to switch energies here. Are your feet flat on the floor?
Yeah, I'm walking around chasing my 1-year-old.
Ah! Well, if I could get you to, like, sit for just a few minutes.
Okay.
Or, all I need you to do is to take a deep breath, but I need you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, pulling it all the way up through your body and then blowing it straight at me.
Okay.
Okay, give me just a second. So there's a few people there, but the first gentleman steps forward. I'm not even sure who he is yet, but he steps forward with so much love, like just overwhelming amounts of love.
Okay.
It feels like a father figure or a grandfather figure. It's somebody above you. Do you know who that is?
That could be my grandfather.
Were you very close with him?
I was.
Okay, this is why, because he just comes through. That would make sense, actually, that it's a grandfather, because grandparents come through with what I call grandparent gush. You know how grandparents tend to gush over their grandchildren?
Yes.
That's
He
exactly.
would be like that.
He didn't even tell me who he was. He just came through gushing, like, oh my God, look at her. I love her so much.
Yes. He was one of the greatest men I ever knew.
Aww. He's like just praising you. He's like, he shows me the symbol for when he's spinning you around, which is my symbol for somebody who's been trying to take better care of themselves or trying to lose weight, or you know what I mean?
Yep.
And he's talking about how proud he is of you and how fantastic that you look, and he's just like literally bragging to the 10th degree.
Aw. That's so nice.
Okay, he's going kind of fast. He's making me feel like we got some ground to cover here. Like he's been over there for a few years now, and I got to keep up because he wants to talk about some events that have happened in your life. It's
Okay.
almost like, were you like a young teenager when he passed?
Yes.
Okay, because that's exactly how it feels. Like he's showing me like the graduation, and he's showing me a wedding, and he's showing me like these milestones in life that he's talking about, that he was there. He really needs you to know that his spirit was there.
Aw, that's awesome.
Are you trying for another baby right now?
Well, my husband would say we are. I would say, because I have a 1-year-old, I'm not sure about it.
Huh. You have a boy right now?
No, a girl.
Okay, I think it... He wants me to say it, but I think it's another girl.
Okay.
And I think, you know what? I feel like, of course you have free will. You can stop this if you would like, but...
No, she's okay.
No. I mean... I mean, because what your grandfather is saying is there's another child coming into your life soon.
Okay.
And so, of course, you have free will, so you can determine whether that's now or 10 years from now or never if you so choose. But he's here to let you know that this child is like ready to come to the world if you want another child. And I feel like the sisters are going to be very close to each other, like very close, especially because they're not far apart in age. And he's just acknowledging that, like, what a great mom you are, because you are going to foster and nurture this closeness between these girls and between all your children.
Aw, that's nice to hear.
He's just, like, very, very proud of you about the type of mom that you are. He's, like, really stressing about this. And it's almost like because you weren't possibly afforded the same courtesy, that it's not that your parents were bad parents, but he's talking about that maybe you didn't have the easiest upbringing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And he's like, and in spite of all that, you are the most inspirational mother, and he is so overwhelmingly proud of you. And not just for that, but for the type of relationship that you found in your life, because I feel like there's a lot of love between you and your husband. I feel like there's like a very close relationship there. And your grandfather's talking about that the two of you work together on stuff, and you're just like the best of partners, not just friends, but partners.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
He's just like wanting you to know that, of course, you have my approval on this, on him. It's almost like before you married him, you said, Grandpa, I really wish I knew whether or not you approved.
Sure.
And he's letting you know right now that you big time have his approval.
Aw.
He's talking and acknowledging about the either it's a promotion or the job increase, or I'm not sure what this is with your husband, but there's some type of promotion or something here.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing really well at his work right now. And they're trying to get him trained in some other areas, so yeah, that would make sense.
He's just like, so he's beaming proud. He's like, that's my grandson. He's my grandson now.
Aww.
He's acknowledging the lady that's over there as well. I'm not sure who she is yet. Hold on. Okay, her energy is a little interesting. She's making me feel like she wasn't, like, how do I explain this? She comes through definitely a little bit rougher than your grandfather. Like sterner, I guess is the word. She feels a lot more stern.
That would be, yeah. Do you want me to tell you who that is? I know who that is.
Yes, who is this to you?
That's my grandmother.
But is that on the other side of your family?
Nope. That would be his wife.
Okay. Interesting, because usually if they're married, they come through holding hands, and I can tell they were married. But he helps bring her through, but then he, like, stands back. Like, and I can feel this.
I would have been much closer with him than her, and that's the right word to use would be stern.
Okay. Like, it's such a contrast in energies, you know what I mean? Between him and her.
So. Yeah.
Okay. She definitely, was she in a wheelchair by any chance, or did she, like, not walk?
At the end of her life, she was.
Okay, because she's showing me the wheelchair. But she's also showing me the rose-colored glasses, and she's making me, like, that's one of my symbols. Rose-colored glasses symbolize somebody who sees things differently on that side than they did when they were here in the physical world.
Yeah.
She's making me feel like, you know, like, in some ways, it's like, that's just who I am. Like, everything had to be perfect. Everything had to be detailed. Everything had to be in its place. Like, she was so stern because things had to be in its place in her world. She needed that stability in order to be able to function. That's just who she was.
Yep.
But it's interesting because when they go to the other side, from what they've told me and what she's telling me now, is that they have to view their life through other people's eyes. And I don't think she quite realized the burden that put on people here in the physical world. And she's especially acknowledging the burden that people tried so hard to please her at the end. I feel like they tried so hard, and I don't feel like she gave them the acknowledgement or the gratitude that they deserved. And she wants to pass that on now.
Okay, that would make sense.
Is this Mom's parents?
Yes.
Okay, she just gave Mom a kiss and she said, "You please tell my daughter that I love her. Please tell her this." It feels like she just didn't say it before she passed. Like, I don't know how to explain that. She's making me feel like she missed her opportunity to let her daughter know exactly how important she was to her.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely pass it on to my mom.
They're pulling their energy back. They're just expressing so much love, and they're just letting you know that as you go forward in your life, that they will always be there with you, and that if you ever need a hand with anything, you just ask them, because they will pull as many strings as they can. And
that's awesome.
Just know how proud they are of you for the kind of mom that you're being, and just don't ever stop learning. When we don't know as parents, we just reach out and we learn, right? Because we can only do what we know. So if you only know abuse, you can only do abuse. You got to learn to know, right?
Yes.
And
that makes total sense.
Awesome. Oh, well, I hope that was helpful for you.
That was. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Were you calling for the free reading?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what was your first name?
Cheryl?
Cheryl. Okay. Give me just a minute here. I'm going to get you to do me a favor. Because calls have been coming in so fast today, I didn't have a chance to hang up from one before the next person's through. So it just helps me a little bit. Are you sitting down?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and your feet are flat on the floor?
Yes, they are.
All right, perfect. If I could get you to just take a deep breath, but I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe and pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it straight at me. Okay, interesting. Well, Cheryl, I think I'm going to like your family. They seem pretty interesting so far. You have a group of people that come forward when you do this. So you have a number of people on the other side.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm not sure who's going to start first. It's almost like I can feel their energy, and it feels very comical, very, upbeat, very, joking between each other. Like, I feel a lot of humor in this family, I guess would be the way to put it.
Okay.
Somebody just said Dad goes first. Is your father on the other side?
Yes, he is.
Okay, he's stepping forward first. They don't usually introduce themselves. I usually have to guess who this is, but I heard there's so many people in the room. I just heard them say Dad goes first. So, hold on a second. So the first thing he does is he snaps his fingers, which is my symbol for when spirit passes suddenly or unexpectedly. And
yes.
I'm feeling like I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye.
That's true.
Okay, hold on. Slow down, Dad. Slow down. He's like, but please let my daughter know that yes, she did, because everything that you said to him afterwards, he heard. The way that he's accentuating this, like the way that he's emphasizing, I guess is the word, not accentuating. I'm making up words as we go here. The way that he's emphasizing is more like he's trying to reassure you, like you went through a period of time where this was really upsetting to you, that you didn't get a chance to say goodbye. He's coming through very reassuringly, like everything that you said, he heard on the other side. And as he does that, he puts on the rose-colored glasses. And the rose-colored glasses symbolize, for me, somebody on the other side that sees things differently on that side than they did when they were here in the physical world.
Okay.
Okay, slow down, Dad. He's going really fast. There's definite, he just is definitely apologizing. I'm not sure what for yet, but he's apologizing flat out. I don't hear spirit apologize like this all the time. So give me a second here. Slow down. Okay, I just feel like I don't know how to explain this. There's something about that he's talking about that was very inappropriate. Do you know what he means by that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because I don't want to be explicit with what I'm seeing because this is live, correct? But he really is stressing that he needs you to understand that he knows how inappropriate this was and that he is from the bottom of his heart very sorry. And it's almost like, you know what, that might mean nothing, but he needs to say it. It needed to be said.
Yeah, I had issues with one of my siblings when I was young, and nobody knew about it until I told Dad when I was 18.
I see. And okay. He's still, okay, interesting. Slow down. Do you also have a sibling on the other side, too?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm seeing a sibling. It feels like a brother. Would this be true?
Yeah.
Okay. Slow down. Did he have a substance abuse issue? He's showing me he's dumping out alcohol, which is usually my symbol for somebody who had drug or alcohol abuse. He's also showing me my symbol for medication. So I don't know if he's saying this was a mixture of alcohol and medication, or if I'm not sure what he means by this. Did he have a substance abuse issue?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And is this how he passed? Was it like a mixture of the two?
Yeah, I think that was part of the reason. We're not really 100% sure what exactly happened, but it was definitely something that wasn't right.
Right. He's coming forward taking full responsibility for his passing. He wants you to know that he takes full responsibility. Hold on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still... Okay. Okay, hold on. Sorry, he's just talking and I'm trying to tell you what I'm seeing, but when he's still talking, I can't think and talk at the same time, so give me 1 second here. It's hard to explain this feeling. It's kind of like there's something about your brother's passing that's still open, that's still a fresh wound. Like there's still blame going around, or there's still questions. I'm not sure how to explain that. It doesn't feel like an open police investigation or anything. It just feels like there's something about it that has not been there's unanswered questions. There's a lot of like openness to it still.
Yeah, because we don't really know exactly what the cause of death was.
Well, I'll tell you what he's saying to me, and he's being very clear. He's like showing me the alcohol, and he's showing me the pills or the drug. He's talking about mixing the two. He's showing me like that. I almost feel like maybe he even tried to like get off of them for a while or something. Because he's like showing me this battle up and down, and then I feel like I go to sleep and my heart stops, or I just stop breathing. Like it's just I'm here 1 minute and there the next. It feels very quick.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that he's taking responsibility for this. He's letting you know that nobody sabotaged him on purpose, that, he put himself in that position.
Yeah, that's interesting because that kind of coincides with what actually we heard happened.
And as you say that, I think I understand why he's trying to express this so much. Why he's emphasizing that he takes responsibility, because it's almost like whoever he was with, there was somebody that left. There was like, he wasn't supposed to be alone. I don't know how to explain that. It's like somebody was supposed to be with him. Like, how did this happen? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he was visiting a friend in the States, and she had to go to bed to go to work in the morning, and he was sleeping in front of the fireplace, and she woke up and he was dead.
Yeah. He doesn't want anyone to blame her.
No.
Okay, slow down. Interesting. He changes topics altogether. He goes to your house, and I feel like he wants to help. Like, I don't know if you're doing some renovations or if you're planning on moving or something, but he's like talking about wanting to help you with the house. Do you know what he would mean by that?
Well, I'm moving on Sunday.
Ah, okay. That would make sense. Because he's like, I wish I was there, sister. I would help you with that. I would help you with that. Aw. You know what? Actually, as I'm saying this, he's He's talking about a challenging time that we've been there, that you've been through recently, and that there's a bunch of challenges going on around you. Like the house move feels very stressful, I have to say. It doesn't feel like, yay, I'm moving into my dream house. It feels like there's a lot more details surrounding it than that. And he's just letting you know that this is going to pass soon. Hold on. It's like he's saying that he needs you to know that the choices and decisions that you've made recently to try to fix these challenges that have been going on, are going to be very successful coming up. He's like, it's almost like he's saying, don't let go now, you're almost there. This too shall pass. You will get through this.
That's interesting.
Okay, I'm not sure what he's talking about now. Hold on. He's taking me to a different geographical location, but I'm not sure if this is a trip. I don't feel like it. I don't know. Maybe it's you're moving to a different city. I'm not sure, but he's taking me to like a different city or a different province or something. Like he's showing me a different location.
Yeah, I'm moving 3 provinces away.
Ah, okay, that's why. There we go. So he's just validating for you that his spirit is absolutely with you while you're going through your life, and that it's almost like he's saying, trust me when I say that this too shall pass. As long as you don't stop trying, you don't give up now, then this too will pass. Trust me, I know, because how do I know you're moving provinces away? You know what I mean? Like, he's like wanting to validate that for you, just so that you don't lose hope.
That's interesting.
What does this mean? Slow down. I'm not sure if it's an anniversary or if it's a birthday, but he's wanting to acknowledge something that happens like every year. It feels like a birthday kind of, but there's something different about it, so I'm not sure. It could be an anniversary. Is there an anniversary or a birthday that is around this time of year?
My parents' birthday, like our parents' birthday or anniversary is September 29th. But my husband and I got married July 27th.
No, neither of that feels right. It feels almost like the anniversary of somebody's passing, to be honest with you. It feels like we're approaching the anniversary of somebody's passing. That's what he's talking about. And as he says that, I think I want to go to like the end of October maybe, or November.
I'm not sure about that one.
Interesting. He's showing me my rose for, when I see them hand me a rose, that's my symbol for anniversary. But you know what? I'm just going to like leave that there. And I mean, you can talk to your friends and family afterwards and figure out which one or what that is, October, November. It just worries me a little bit because in a previous video, I said almost the same thing. And then except for it was a specific date. It was like July 27th. I was like, you know, Spirit was saying condolences for July 27th, and this was a week before that date. And then on July 27th, that person's grandmother passed away. So, but I don't feel like it's that. I don't feel like it's somebody that's coming up, hopefully, cross our fingers. But all I know is that Spirit is acknowledging the anniversary of somebody's passing, or when somebody was diagnosed for something, or it's like the end of life anniversary kind of thing, or centered around that. But it's in like October, November area. I'm not sure why he's acknowledging it. Hold on. it's as I ask for information on why we're acknowledging this, I just get gratitude. They're just so grateful. It's almost like, people remember them every year, so they just want to pass on their gratitude and let them know that, they hear them on the other side.
Maybe grandparents, because I'm trying to remember. Grandma died. Grandpa died maybe around the end of October, early November.
There we go. Was your grandfather a very, hands-on kind of guy? Worked with his hands?
Yes, he did. He was a strong Norwegian.
There we go, because that's exactly what's happening right now. That's why he wouldn't let it go. He's like, no, this is when I passed. This is when I passed. And I'm like, okay. So he's coming through. He comes through with the hammer in his hand. That's my symbol for, very hardworking, very works with our hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He did everything with his hands.
He feels very tall as well. I feel like large man. Would that make sense?
He's very tall. He was over 6 feet.
Yeah.
Very tall.
I'm definitely picking that up. Interesting. He just put the white blanket around your shoulders. The white blanket is my symbol for somebody who's had health or stress issues. And, obviously, I guess, Joe, we just went through that there's been some challenges going on in your life. But he's also, there's a word of warning there that not to let yourself get so stressed out that you develop health issues. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think maybe because I had heart surgery 5 years ago.
Right. He's really telling you to please take it easy, and that would make sense why your brother's trying to come through as well, to let you know that just trust that everything's going to be okay. We got this on the other side. You got this on this side. You just, don't stress yourself out about it. He just really wants to give you that confirmation. And your grandfather is now coming through to give you that as well and let you know that it is going to be okay. And I feel like in a very short time, I'm seeing 6-8 months, maybe a year at the very most, that your life is going to have a completely different tone to it. There's a relief. It's I can relax. I can breathe. I'm not, you know the symbol of white knuckling it, where you're holding onto something so tight that it's your knuckles turn white, that saying? Yeah. I feel like there's a part of you that's kind of white knuckling it through whatever you're going through right now. But a year from now, it's a completely different feeling. I feel relaxed. And he's showing me, you'll have your flowers. Don't worry, you'll have your flowers. Were you wanting to plant flowers in front of your house?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's please take a deep breath. Know that everything's going to be okay. And that you are very, very loved on the other side. Oh, I hope
cool.
I hope that was helpful for you.
It's awesome. I didn't expect to hear from those two. That's really interesting.
I never get to choose who comes through. I just
That's true.
My job to tell you who's there.
Yeah.
Aww.
Thanks so much. That's awesome.
You're very welcome. You have a great day.
You too. Thanks again.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, I can't take any more calls. I'm so sorry, but my kids get out of school in a very short while, and I have to go pick them up. So I'm so sorry I can't take any more calls. But I definitely look forward to seeing each one of you here again next Tuesday. And please be aware that if you would like to book a private reading where we can sit down and talk for a whole hour or more, because sometimes it's a little more. I don't stop until Spirit does. But if you would like to do that, you can absolutely give me a call on this same number to book that reading, or you can reach me on my Facebook page or my email account, Tracy at tracyhorsemanmedium.com. As well, I just wanted to let you all know that if you watch the videos coming up here soon in the next week or two, I'm going to make a big announcement. I tend to do something fun for Christmas every year, and this year I plan to go a little bit over the top. So you'll have to check out these videos and stay tuned to my Facebook page, because very soon I'm going to be announcing it. Thank you to everybody that called in today. Thank you to everybody that was watching. And please, again, I ask all of you to please pass on your thoughts and your prayers to the people in Texas and Louisiana that are going through such an incredibly trying time and disaster. So if we could all send our thoughts and prayers that way. Thank you all. God bless. Bye-bye.